That took some guts. All right, on the field, they're a part of the most successful league in all of sports. I'm talking about the NFL. Off the field, in many cases, they have not been role models. In this offseason, in the NFL, 29 players have been arrested since the Super Bowl, 7 of them this past month. These 4, in the past week alone, they're facing charges for everything from gun possession to murder. Isn't the offseason supposed to be a quiet season for the NFL? Fran Tarkenton played in a time in the NFL when you had to have a job in the offseason because the money wasn't good enough. What's happening to the league you dominated, Fran?
It's a mess. 29 people arrested. There are no adults in the room. They're making billions of dollars. The owners are rock stars. They're billionaires. The players are making tens of millions of dollars a year. So much money in college football and pro football. They're overlooking the principles. There are no standards of who they allow to play in colleges or in professional football. Aaron Hernandez, they knew who he was back in high school. The security systems in the college football and pro football are such, they know what these guys are eating for breakfast when they're 15 years old. They knew he was a member of a gang in high school. They knew he had problems. But Florida and Urban Meyer, they take him on because he was big, strong, fast, and a great athlete. You don't think Belichick and the New England Patriots, they knew what they were getting. They knew the background of this guy. And they drafted him. They paid him, gave him a $40 million contract. They don't vet these people. If you're big enough, strong enough, mean enough, and can hurt people, you're going to play in college football and in professional football, and they're going to look the other way.
But, you know, I think about what you guys do now, what they do now before they draft a player, the Wonderlic test, the countless competencies, all the interviews, because it's a huge investment into a player, let alone success on the field. You're saying it's not transferring to actual security and abiding by the law.
No, they don't look at what kind of character the guy has or what kind of background he has. If they did, they wouldn't have 29 people arrested for crimes since the Super Bowl. And then here's the biggest cover-up of all. They talk about safety in the National Football League. How can you have safety in the National Football League when you have performance-enhancing drugs? You don't even test for them. And performance-enhancing drugs are all over college football, all over professional football. It makes these guys bigger, stronger, faster, and also makes the collisions more violent. This generation of player, you know, my generation are suffering from dementia and from head injuries and all kind of brain damage, Alzheimer's and Lou Gehrig's disease. This generation of player, when they get to be 50 years old, it's going to be devastating.
But I would say this, Fran, and you don't want to overemphasize, and I know you know this to be a fact, there's a lot of players in the locker room. This is only 2% of the 900 that play, are great people, wonderful people, great success stories, true, many cases, a true rags to riches story. They work their way to success.
There's no question about that, but we still have to have standards. And we cannot let thugs, criminals, come into play college football or come into our professional teams. But what are we going to do about the performance-enhancing drugs?
I know.
They're
it's
all
sickening.
over college and pro football, and every president of a university, every owner of a team, every coach in college, every coach in the NFL knows it's there, and it's the biggest cover-up in sports today.
Now, there's something else I want you to get out. You're also helping out business. You thrive more in business, as much in business you did in football. Smallbizclub.com. You're helping people who want to be small business owners succeed.
We partner with Office Depot, and we put up a great content website free, smallbizclub.com, where the 540,000 people who start a business every month in this country can go to there and get all the information they need to have a more successful start of their business or grow their business in a successful way. And we're very proud of what we've done there.
And I will say this, I cannot speak for football, but when it comes to the couch, all anchors, performance-enhancing, drug-free. What you see is what you get, all right? We are not using any type of medication.
Obviously.
All right? All right, Fran, go get him.
Thank you.
Fran Tarkenton also has a radio show on the weekends. Fran Tarkenton, NFL Hall of Famer.